All right. Good evening, everyone, and I am welcoming everyone with warm heart. And it's very interesting to see people that are here tonight and connecting to hear the latest update, which is what we are looking for, definitely. So we do have some info to share with the community. And we thought, this arrangement is very important as we're looking forward to a very fun-packed, I would say, and much more kind of a celebration on the new week. There's already programming on the system that we are noticing so that.
Oh, sorry, Deborah, you're muted. I've just muted everybody so that nobody could unmute. Just have to unmute yourself.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Okay, so we're channeling along with what we are seeing in the back office as well, but it's very important to align with what is coming in the new week. So gracefully, which I highly also appreciate, is that Jonah has documented a PDF in terms of finalizing his formal changes. And he decided to do that because he wanted in specific for those aspects to be addressed as info that is coming directly from him and its specifics that are aligning to the very immediate changes that we are going to be seeing in the official transition. When they roll everything to the new transition, those are the factors that we need to align with. Okay, so the PDF is going to be shared and I'm going to read it out to everyone. And then I'm going to just make some alignments of clarities for people so that they can also tune along with what is documented on that PDF. Right. I'm just going to share my screen. Oh, sorry. My humble apologies. General Kev is going to be reading the disclaimer first before we go on. All right. I'm handing over to you, General Kev.
Okay, Deborah, thank you. Okay, here at the Bureau HQ, we're all about empowering and guiding our community in the vast landscape of the metaverse. However, it's crucial to note that we do not provide financial advice. Our mission is centered around education, community building, and support, but any information shared is for informational purposes only. We encourage our members to conduct thorough research and seek advice from qualified financial professionals when making investment decisions. The metaverse is an exciting and dynamic space, and while we aim to facilitate understanding, the responsibility for financial decisions ultimately rests with each individual. Your journey in the metaverse is uniquely yours, and we're here to provide resources and assistance without stepping into the realm of financial advisory. Okay, Deborah, thank you. Over to you. If Deborah's still there, have we lost her? Okay, for some reason, Deborah I've just asked her to unmute. I don't know what's happening there. Are you with us, Sergeant Deborah? Okay, just bear with us a minute, guys. We're having some technical difficulties in the back office. I think Deborah may have connection problems. Is she logged out, Leon? Yeah. Okay, just bear with us a couple of minutes, guys, and I'm sure Sergeant Deborah will be back with us very shortly. I'm just waiting for her to come back into the room. Don't know what happened there. I think she's lost her internet connection. Okay, Leon, you should be co-host. I can't make you co-host, buddy.
Okay, that's okay.
Coach Lux, could you make elite coach Leon? Here's Deborah coming back in now. Sorry about this technical difficulty, guys. We'll be back with you very shortly. Deborah's just coming back into the room. I think she's had connection problems. And if Coach Lux can add her back as a host or co-host, that'd be great.
Sure, I'll do that, Kev. I'll do that, General.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I think Deborah's back in now.
I've also made Coach Leon the co-host as well.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Sergeant Deborah's in the room. I've asked her to unmute, but she just needs to be made a host. You there, Deborah?
Hi, apologies, Shem. For some reason, I got disconnected. I'm not sure how, but I'm back.
Awesome.
Okay, I've read the disclaimer out to our viewers, our members. So over to you, Sergeant Deborah. Okay, guys, I'll mute and pass it over to Deborah.
All right, thank you so much. So I'm going to proceed. All right, thank you, General Care, for the disclaimer. It was loud and clear. And then I'm just quickly going to share the screen for the PDF. All right, so the document that we are sharing with the community, the document for tonight is called DAO Vessel Staking Mechanism. All right, so it reads, this is just to explore the DAO T ecosystem. As we know, we are proceeding to the new transition on the DAO T following all the changes and the roadmap, which is focusing on the metaverse and the Web3. All right, so this PDF will read, in this discussion, we explore DAO Vessel's new staking protocol and DAO T emissions. DAO Vessel community members will be able to use this document to serve as a guide to help better understanding how the staking emission will work and what to expect moving forward. The key points, the first one is the introduction of DAO T. The second one is the removal of DU and RC. The third one is the removal of generative rewards, the removal of market rewards, the introduction of a new staking yield, the renaming of land tax to planet royalties. Okay, so the DAO T is the new governance token, and then the DU and RC. DU was what we were earning if we have staked on Stone, and also receiving rewards from Planetary. Okay. And then the RC was what we were receiving for people that purchased bronze and upwards, meaning bronze, iron, industrial, and electric. They were receiving RC rewards. Okay. Then the generative rewards is what the community was earning in terms of a development on building their teams. Okay, so they were receiving generative rewards from members who have staked a bronze, iron, industrial, electric. The market rewards on this, those were the multiplier ×2, which was going towards the TFA. And then that was also our own lands, meaning if you have your own staking of lands, and you were also receiving market rewards that were contributing to the speed up of the TFA. So those are market rewards, and that market rewards, sorry, on the system, it was reflecting as market DP. So they're referring to that. And then the new staking yield will be on the new marketing plan, which will soon be introduced to us. And then the new marketing plan PDF is also going to be released to the community. And then following that is the land tax, which is applicable to Planet holders. That's going to be getting a new name or a new classification in our back office. And then moving along, the introduction of DAO-T. Moving forward, community members will be required to purchase all land and planets using DAO-T. In order to acquire DAO-T, users will need to purchase it on exchange where DAO-T is listed. Please note, some exchanges may require you to do KYC in order to purchase and withdraw tokens, as this is standard procedure for most exchanges. Okay, so if they're saying community members will be required to purchase all land and planets using DAO-T, so the difference is that people were doing the deposits either with Binance using the BEP20 address, but now they will be using deposits which are from an exchange platform, and the token is going to be DAO-T from that exchange platform to DAO Vessel. And then in order to acquire the DAO-T, users will need to purchase it on exchange where the DAO-T is listed. Okay, so officially from last week, DAO-T is officially listed on the BitGet platform. Okay, that we are much familiar with due as per the recent event which took place from the 14th. Yeah, so the 14th, and then the listing was on the 16th. And then it says, please note some exchanges may require you to do a KYC. Yeah, the KYC we're all familiar with. If the platform is needing it, then the member will have to action one and then set it as successful. It will be approved as successful according to their regions or their country zones. So whichever is accepting the KYC, it will be approved as such, you know, in order to perform the purchases and the withdrawals of the token, which is a platform standard procedure for most exchanges. And then the removal of DU and RC. Right, if we move along to this one, DAO Vessel will no longer use DU, RC for planet and land purchases. So it says here purchases. To purchase is to subscribe to a new land or to purchase a planet. So there will no longer be an DU or RC feature on that. Users will need to exchange these tokens into DAO T moving forward. DAO Vessel will introduce a page where users can exchange DU RC for DAO T. However, due to the floating price of DAO T, this will be based on market conditions, and the exchange rate may change based on the supply and the demand of the DAO T. Okay, if they say supply and demand, we all know that DAO T is going to be the engine token in the ecosystem. So members will be participating on it just as much as we were busy on the current marketing plan. So people will buy lands from scratch using the DAO T, and also more members will be buying the planets if they wish to do so, or if they wish to extend their development in terms of growing their portfolio within the ecosystem. And then moving along to the introduction of new staking mechanism. If we look at this one, DAO Vessel will be introducing a new staking protocol. That will allow users to stake land passively and receive a 30% emissions rate for all land currently staked. Upon completion of the land, users will be able to purchase more land if they wish to continue staking. Land will no longer be restricted to just 50 pieces of land per user, but will now be unlimited, allowing users to develop their own strategies. Please note that with the introduction of DAO T, land will not be on a fixed rate, but subject to market conditions. All right, so this in review, according to the staking protocol, the members will be staking lands passively, meaning they can buy as many as they want without any limits in their structure that they designed for themselves. As much of a difference as to how we were developing ourselves in the previous or in the current structure that is ending, which was on a migrated network structure. Okay. And then moving along, market conditions example, if the current price of DAO T is $1, then Ion land will cost 500 DAO T tokens valued at 500 USDT. But however, if the price of DAO T is $3, then the very same Ion land will cost 500 DAO T inside our back office, valued at 1,500 USDT. So in this case, say for example, the DAO T is currently worth $1 now, and I'm depositing money to the ecosystem. So I'll be depositing 500 USDT, which will be equivalent inside the system to 500 DAO T. However, say for example, in 3 weeks' time from now, then the DAO T moves up to $3. And I'm buying the very same Ion land. Now, that will be where the changes are in terms of the value of the Dao T. So the $3 times the 500 is equal to 1,500. Now for me, that is depositing again into the ecosystem on the exchange platform, the external exchange platform. I'm going to be buying the Dao T. But when I exchange my USDTs, the Dao T now comes to 1,500, which will be then moved to a Dao vessel. And then on the deposit, I will have 500 Dao T. And I'm purchasing the very same ion land, yes. But members must take well note that the value at that time will be pushing upwards. So which means there's even more value on the staking that I'm actually doing on my ion. So that is what it means. And then the last one is renaming land tax to planet royalties. We are pleased to inform the community that land tax will still be available for planet owners and will continue to work as normal. However, this mechanism will be renamed to planet royalties. Since NFT collection owners normally refer to this as royalties, the Dao Vessel team feels this is a more appropriate name, as each planet owner is essentially holding their own planet NFT collection with 1,000 pieces of lands. All right, so on this one with the planet, there's no changes to the planet as such. It's just that it's moving to the Dao T structure, and the planet will still have the 1,000 pieces of lands in it, and the planet is still an NFT within the ecosystem. So they are only changing the terminology, changing from the land tax to, so it's planet tax to planet royalty. So on the system, we're going to see a new, on the rewards section or the collection section, we're going to be seeing a new name. That is what it means. But the tax, as in the percentage, that will stay the same. Just the name is changing, and then 1,000 pieces, that's still going to be same. And then the planet owner receives a percentage per land that is staked on their planet. Okay, so that's about it with the PDF. And then we're just going to move along to the next one on the agenda. The questions will be accommodated at the end of the session. So we just want to cover the aspects that need to be addressed first, and then towards the end, that is when we will open up so that people can set, and align with clarities, ask questions, and then also address their concerns, currently as we are moving to this new transition. So next on the agenda, General Kev will give us an overview of exchange platforms, the difference of function between the exchange and the wallet. All right, I'm going to pass it on to General Kev.
Okay, Deborah, thank you very much. Let me just come back into the room properly, get rid of the chat box. Everything's been going absolutely perfect. Well, you've given us a fantastic demonstration and description of how things are going to change there, Deborah. Very well put as well. I understood that thoroughly. And let me add to what Deborah's just explained to everybody, that as time goes by and as this platform unfolds, we will be offering tutorial videos to help all members with the process. So even though it may seem quite complex at the moment, we'll try and make it as easy as possible. Do you agree, Deborah? I think we can help the members with that, yeah?
I definitely agree. Yeah, support is what we're going to give to our members. We are all in unity, and we want members also to see the progress as we move along in the development.
Absolutely, thank you. Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to share my screen. I've got to try and remember how this works now, because I haven't been a host for co-host for so long. Got a screen application window. Okay, entire screen. I think that will do for now. So, Deborah, can you just confirm that you can see my exchange?
I can see it on your screen, yes.
Excellent. Okay. Let me just move a couple of windows around so that I can see what I'm doing. Okay, guys, so what we've got here today, I just wanted to run through a couple of things. I'm going to go through the basics of just the BitGet Exchange and the BitGet Wallet extension for Chrome or Brave. Now, the reason I've done this, whoops, press the button there. The reason I've done this is because I've found it to be the easiest. Now, I know that over the past few weeks, we've been, suggested that we should get the Phantom wallet and the Solflare wallet and then the BitGet wallet. And it has been quite, confusing for quite a few members. But I'm going to keep things as simple as possible, guys, because in reality, this is all we need at the moment, okay? So here is the BitGet Exchange at bitget.com, okay? And it's quite simple to create your own account, okay? Now, currently, the UK and the USA are having problems with joining this and KYC, but Dalversal are fully understanding of this, and they're looking at a secondary exchange to cover this issue, okay? So you guys are going to just have to bear with us. I was extremely lucky as a UK resident myself to be able to get KYC'd before they actually imposed that restriction on us. Now at the top, let's just go through this again. You do not invest any assets you are not prepared to lose. Now, guys, this is the crypto space, and this is something that I can't help but express so many times to members. We are in a trading environment. We're in a place where members can lose money and often do, but we're hoping that people don't. So what we want to do is go through the basics of the wallet and the exchange. I want to explain the difference between the two, okay? Now, the exchange is where you can trade. It's where you can swap USDT for DAO-T. You can't do that in a wallet, okay? A wallet, you can receive DAO-T or USDT, you can send it and you can store it, but you can't swap it, you can't exchange it, okay? Just getting pop-up windows here, just a second, guys. Okay, so what I want to show you is the basics of a wallet for a start. So anybody that's in the UK or USA, here's the wallet. This is how you can add it to your browser. Now, in a moment, I'll go to the chat box after I've done my presentation. I'll share this with you or anybody else that knows how to add extensions to their Chrome or their Brave browser. There's the BitGet wallet extension. Now, this is fantastic. It's just a small piece of software that you add to your normal browser, which puts a small icon at the top there, top right, if you can see my arrow at the top. Okay. And that makes it a lot easier to be able to gain access to your wallet, okay? Deborah, can you just confirm that you can see my BitGet wallet? Because sometimes it doesn't show up on shared screens.
Yes, I can see the BitGet wallet. I can see that screen.
All right, perfect. I just wanted to confirm that, because sometimes when I'm recording, it doesn't show up. So, okay, so I've gained access. I've just put my password in. So basically, guys, what you can do is you can add that as a browser extension. Now, I'm sure I've done a tutorial on this on my YouTube channel. If not, I'll do one. I'll share it in the Telegram and Discord groups, okay? So this is the wallet. This is where you can receive DAO-T, okay? You can store it, or you can send it somewhere else, okay? Now, as a standard install, you won't see DAO-T there, but it's really, really easy to add DAO-T to your wallet, okay? That's your standard screen because it's on the Solana network, but the BitGet wallet does a multitude of different networks as well. But don't forget, for the standard DAO-T, we're working on the Solana network, okay? So I've added this here, but if you can't see the DAO-T token in your wallet, this is the way you do it, guys. You just click the plus sign there and you type DAO-T in the search box there, okay? And then you've got a little red addition there. And what that does, that saves it as a favorite, okay? So that will give you access to that all the time on your front page. And you can do that with the significant tokens that you'll be using. Now, don't forget you'll be using SOL, okay, for gas fees. That's the token that you'll be using for moving DAO-T or USDT on and off the platform. And you'll need USDT if you're thinking of purchasing or swapping DAO-T on the exchange. Okay, so that goes through the basics of the wallet. Very basic, guys, but don't forget, you won't be able to swap or purchase DAO-T on your wallet. Okay, that's done with the exchange, which is this browser window that I've got here. Again, I'll post the URL in the chat box when I've finished this little presentation, but you'll find it at bitget.com spot DAO-T/USDT. Okay, guys, so you can create a basic account, KYC. I'm sure you've all done it before. Those of you that are able to do the KYC, I think I did mine with my driving license. It's a very fast process with BitGet as well. I think I did mine within 15 minutes. You upload your picture of your documents, and within 15 minutes you're up and away, and you're able to trade. Now, the first 24 hours that DAO-T was listed and trading, we couldn't withdraw. Okay, that has been lifted now, and that was purely because it was a brand new token. There was no issues with the token itself. This is just a safety and security issue, I think, that BitGet imposed on a new token so that it gets rid of that pump and dump, rug pull scenario that we see all too often with new tokens. Okay, so the withdrawal process works absolutely fine. So let me just show you how that works. If you go into assets, you've got deposit there, but if you click on withdrawal, got a window in the way here. Let me just withdraw. That's it. Okay. Now, don't forget, guys, you will be using the Solana network. Okay. If you want to withdraw DAO-T from the exchange, you will be using the Solana network. So what I'm doing, I'm just showing you how you get your, how you would put your own wallet address in. So what I'm going to show you here is you can move DAO-T from the exchange to a safer place in your wallet. Okay, so you could move it from the browser into a more secure place in your browser wallet. Okay, and your your wallet address is up there, look. And that's the same for everything, like Sol DAO-T. You can click on DAO-T, it's still the same, look. So just click copy there, and then if you select your coin, there's DAO-T, you withdraw it on the Sol network. Okay, and then that's where you paste your wallet address from your extension, browser extension wallet. Okay, it ends in PFZ. I always check the last few letters and maybe the first ones to make sure that it's the same. Okay, you click on next. Now, this is where you put your withdrawal amount, and it says there's a withdrawal minimum amount of 3.3 Dow T. Okay, so something just to be aware of there. Okay, so that's fairly straightforward. So let's go back and let's take a look at the chart regarding the price, the current price of Dow T, and what the chart actually shows us. Let me get rid of that price. Right, okay, this is the price chart of Dow T and how it's performed since launch date. Now, these green arrows are really irritating me because they keep appearing and I really don't know how to get rid of them, but I'm going to move them out of the way. Okay, so just bear with us a second. So I'm just going to go through a couple of basics of how you can have a look at this chart, and you can mold it into a chart that you can understand yourself. Okay, so what I'm going to show you here is, for a start, the timeline is important. Okay, now if you scroll this up, click and drag this up, you can see clearly that you've got red and green candles. They're called candles. I like little sticks. Let me try and zoom in a little bit more for you. Now, each candle here represents, there's your timeline here. At the moment, it currently represents 15 minutes. Now, this can change. You can change it to whatever you want. So what that means is, for every 15 minutes, it'll tell you, this chart can tell you what's happened, whether the price has increased or decreased. Now, a red candle shows you that it's gone from that price there, which is the top, that's $4.49, down to $5, sorry, I must have that wrong, $5.49, yes, to $5.30. So within that 5-minute time frame, it dropped that in that price. Okay, now a green candle is obviously the opposite way. It's increasing in price. Okay, so don't forget that each candle covers 15 minutes. Now, if you want to look at a bigger timeline, you can swap that for an hour. And all you have to do is click on the little black arrow there and choose 1 hour. Okay, now you can see that the chart has gone haywire now. So you have to literally get the bar at the side with your mouse and drag it down. Click it and drag it down to reduce it. And then get your wheel and roll it in and drag it to a more sensible chart so that you can see exactly the start, the peak, and the end. Okay, so you've got the full representation of what's happened from the time it was launched, which was down here at $3, to the peak of what it was at $9.50 roughly, to the price of what it is now. Okay, so we can quickly analyze what's happened with the Dow T since launch day. It went quite well. It came down. Okay, so it's fluctuating in price. It's gone down a little. But what we can do here, we can analyze what we predict it can do. Now, don't forget, guys, we don't offer financial advice. I'm not a professional trader. I never have been and never will be. Okay, but there's some things in this left-hand column that can be quite handy to indicate what's going to happen, or what would sometimes happen, more often than not, in order to make us think about what decisions we're going to make with Dow T. So we can clearly see that the price of Dow T doesn't seem to be coming below the $5.30. Now, that's what they call a support line. Okay, so it's supported at $5.30. So that's a very strong support value. So it looks like the value of Dow T is likely to increase. Okay, now that's strengthened. If you draw a line, you take your line from the side toolbar there, and you can just follow it down. Look. Now the peaks of these candles are decreasing all the time, but the support is still there. Look, it's not going below that line. So what would we think will possibly happen when that reaches the $5.30? there could maybe, like I said, not financial advice, be a breakout to the upward side. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at the moment. There possibly could be a breakout above $5.30. Okay, very interesting tools, and like I say, always do your own research and your own education on this. It's very interesting indeed to use some of the tools that BitGet have provided for us. Another one quickly that I'll show you, if these green arrows stay out of the way, is what they call the Fibonacci chart. And it's this chart here. There's 4 horizontal lines. Now, let me just read you a description of what the Fibonacci chart is. The Fibonacci retracement is created by taking 2 extreme points, usually a peak and a trough on a stock chart, and dividing the vertical distance by the key Fibonacci ratios of 23.6%, 38.2%, 50%, 61.8%, and 100%. Once these levels are identified, horizontal lines are drawn and used to identify possible support and resistance levels. Now, that straight away, you might think, I've got no idea what that means at all. Well, let me show you, because this is really, them green lines, they've gone back again, look. This is quite interesting. So what you do, you click on those 4 horizontal lines there, and you go from, don't forget, the peak and the trough. So what I'm going to do is go from where it was down here, and you drag to the top. So you need to drag to the top, but you need to cover the whole of the chart down here, but you need to cover it all like that. Okay. So the top level has to be at the top peak. There's your trough, there's your peak, and there's the end of the chart. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that we can maybe see a little bit clearer on what this chart is actually showing. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because you'll see quite a pattern here. The lines actually line up nearly. Like I said, guys, this token is a new token, so I may not have this chart on the right positions yet because it's too new, okay? But it's not far off, because you can see the support level here. And this is where the token is settling into a good market valuation, okay? And what we're looking at here is we've got a trading volume between that value and that value, okay? There's a line there. There's a line of support there. There's a clear line of resistance where that has arrived there as well, and there, okay? So like I say, guys, I'm not a professional trader, and it's sometimes since I've used this Fibonacci tool, but what I'm going to be doing over the next few weeks is studying this more so that we can use the tools a little bit more in order to make more informed decisions, okay? So what we're looking at is, can we trade, buy and sell, between these lines that you can clearly see are represented by the value of the tokens and what's happened in those time periods. Like I say, guys, don't do anything at the moment. What I'm just saying is, in the future, as this token gets settled into the market, buying and selling, we'll be able to use these tools a little bit more efficient, okay? I think that's everything that I wanted to go through, apart from just a very strong support level at $5.30, which it's showing there. So like I say, guys, all these candles here, all these candles here are showing great support at $5.30. So it's going to be an interesting couple of days, Monday and Tuesday, to see what happens, because don't forget, trading usually starts at the beginning of the week again. So let me go stop sharing, come back into the studio and pass this back over to Deborah. Hopefully, Deborah, that'll give you and the viewers something to just look at and, you know, let's stick with this over the next couple of weeks, and let's see if we can maybe get some patterns of trading so that we can look and make some better informed decisions. How about you?
Thank you so much, General Cave. That was very clear enough. For some people, it might have looked way advanced, but that's just a trading screen that he was showing, and he was on the spot screen. Okay.
This is where we're going to be adding tutorials, short tutorials, just bite-sized bits, so that people can learn at their own pace in the future. Okay.
Definitely, it's not going to be a miracle to learn all this for some people. It's chewable bits, and those videos are also going to be posted, so that members can guide along, channel along, so that they understand exactly what they are doing. It's very, very important also to increase your confidence when you are working with blockchain platforms and the exchanges and the wallets. So
absolutely,
it's a process. It's a process, but it cannot be all learned in one day or 1 week. It's a long process, but people must just increase fluency of learning.
Sorry, and just to finish my section off, I've just posted the link for the browser extension. Now that covers Chrome and Brave. Okay, if anybody requests any other, I'll do it in Telegram and I'll share that with them. Okay, Deborah?
All right, thank you so much, General Kev. And then just before we move on to our last speaker, which is Coach Leon, I just quickly want to share something with the members so that when Coach Leon starts with his explanation, they get more familiarity and blend along with Coach Leon. All right, I'm just sharing a screenshot that I took. This is also a very important screenshot because I noticed that some members are, getting concerns or maybe fears on what we are moving to, because they're not coming to terms with what it actually means in terms of exchanging the DURC to DAO-T. Right. I'm just sharing a screenshot and then I'm going to elaborate. All right, so the screenshot that I'm going to be sharing is that one. Okay, so what we see here is the exchange records. So we have the rewards account, and on the rewards account, we've got RC, which has a transfer function. Then on the transfer function, we are moving to the exchange account or the exchange menu, where we're actually doing the exchange of RC to DU. So whenever we do the exchange, there's always a fee applicable on our exchange. So if I'm elaborating further, this is now an example review of exchange records, right? So there's a list of exchange records in different dates. As you can see, the range of dates there, those are different transactions on different dates, but for the RC exchange, right? Then a calculation of all exchange fees will give one a total exchange fee amount. So let's say, for example, I've done an exchange of RC to DU from the 1st of May till the 15th of May. Now, in each transaction on the screen, you can open it, click on it, open it, and it will show you the charge fee for the exchange. Now, when you count all of that in the range date for 15 days, you will get one specific total amount which was charged when you were exchanging the RC to DU. The total exchange fee amount is definitely not a loss in any way. If I initially staked at 300 bronze, my 3x is equal to 900. But on my revenue returns, a portion amount goes towards the exchange fee. So therefore, the actual 3x return is below the 900 due to the charge fees. So with the RC and DU, that will be exchanged to DAO-T. It does not mean that the exchange fee indicates a loss. We currently know Jonah is still negotiating on the appropriate exchange rate for the DAO-T. So the exchange fee does not indicate a loss in our current earned revenue from the planet and the lands. So the new marketing plan will have a lower release rate and lands, but the value of the returns will be way more with the DAO-T. Okay, so most people have done the RC exchange to DU, but they haven't actually seen or opened or explored their records window so that they can actually monitor what is being charged. So those exchanges will be applicable when we are moving to the DAO-T. All right, so that is what I wanted to share and bring to the clarity with members. And then moving along, Coach Leon will be addressing us.
Deborah, can I just add something?
Yes, you can.
I forgot to go through, and I don't know whether you want me to cover this. It'll only take me a couple of minutes. The vesting monthly amount. You know, the new screen that showed up in our back office. Would you like me to do that? It'll take me 2 or 3 minutes.
Yes, you can go through because you actually going to be showing them live on the system. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I can do that now. So, okay, I'll share screen now. I'll just do this and then hand it over to Coach. Okay, you should be able to see my DAO-T page, yeah?
Yes, we are able to see that.
Okay, guys, so this is my back office of DAOversal, and some of you may have noticed that the DAO-T page has actually changed now to this. It's more of a claim page, okay? Now, guys, if you're still seeing the old page, fear not. All you have to do is refresh your screen 2 or 3 times, clear your browser cache, clear your history, go to another page, click back to DAO-T, and by that, all those things that you've done should show this page up. Okay, now what we've got here is the monthly vesting page. This is where we can keep an eye on what we're going to receive every month, how much we have subscribed to, how much we've already had, etc., etc. So here you've got your token name DAO-T, which we know a total supply of 100 million. The token type is SPL20. Now that's similar to the ERC20 for the Ethereum network, just so people understand that. And that's the contract address for the DAO-T token, okay? So the details here, this is the subscribed quantity. Now, if you remember a few weeks ago, our daily rewards that we'd accrued were exchanged automatically into DAO-T, okay? And they were just locked there in the vesting monthly, wallet, so to speak. And we were told that we will be receiving them over the course of 24 months or 2 years, okay? Now, this is the total amount for this account, subscribed quantity 372, okay? The unreleased amount is the same, obviously, because it's not started. Okay, so here you've got a figure of what you've claimed and figure what awaiting claim. So it looks like a very similar system to the TFA, where it will release some ready for claiming when it's ready. Now, as far as we know, that's once a month for 24 months. So clearly we have to take this figure here and divide it by 24 months. Now that's not official. We don't know 100% whether that's right, but we're presuming that's what's going to happen. So here, when this claim button lights up, we will get a figure in here, an amount to claim. You'll click that, and then where does it go? Let's have a look under assets and daily and rewards account, because here's the next addition, guys. DAO-T. There we go, with the ability to withdraw as well. Now, don't jump the gun, guys. It's not available yet, but this is the next step towards what we've all been waiting for. So if we click withdraw, you've got a withdrawal amount. So let's say, for instance, you've maybe got, I don't know, 12 DAO-T and you want to take those out. Okay. The token received will be DAO-T. The network is SPL20. Now, don't get confused, guys. That's the Solana network. Okay. Please do not send them to any other network, not Ethereum, Bet20 or anything, because it will not work. All the reminders are up here. Be sure to read everything. If you're not sure, guys, ask somebody in the groups, yeah? Wallet address is whichever wallet address you want to send it to. Okay, now this is something I was talking to the Bureau members earlier today, and it appears to me as though they've done this because it's a much simpler way of giving everybody the choice of where do you want your DAO-T to go. So moving back a couple of weeks when we was told to open Solflare and Phantom and we had to put them into that back office, I don't think that exists anymore. I think they've simplified it by doing this sort of withdrawal process. And I've got to be honest, guys, I'm over the moon about it, because now we can put our DAO-T in whichever wallet address we want, as long as it's on the Solana network. Don't forget, guys, don't use another network. Like I say, we've got the Solana, sorry, that's the Phantom one. We've got the BitGet wallet up here. Yeah, so we could put it on that one. Okay, so you've got a choice now. All right, so let me go back there. What we're waiting for now, guys, is that claim button there to show green or to light up. And I'm presuming that will be towards the end of this week. Again, not official, but this is what we're hearing. Okay, I'm going to pass it back over to Deborah to take this forward. Okay, Deborah, thanks for that. I just thought I'd pass that over so that people understood that a little bit more. If it doesn't show up, guys, refresh your screen. It will come. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, General K, for sharing that screen and explaining in detail. All right. That screen is definitely updated on our back office, and it's been programmed. They're still continuing with the programming on the servers, so we will notice changes as we go along. But that screen that General Kev has shared in specific, that we will have a formal official announcement which will be explaining the update to the community members. Okay, so although we are seeing changes, but the announcement will confirm.
Sorry, and again,
yes,
we'll do a tutorial for that for members as well.
Yes, we'll definitely do so. Thank you, thank you. All right, so there will be an update during the course of the week, but following the first one was the white list and the pre-launch, the public pre-launch, and then there was a official listing, and then the next one on the agenda is the vesting distribution, the first batch. Okay, so in the middle of the week, we should hear an update from corporate. And then after the vesting schedule, that we'll be getting another announcement for the actual withdrawals. Okay, so thank you for covering that, General Kev. And then we are moving finally to Coach Leon, and Coach Leon will be giving us an overview of DAO-T in the global public market, and then the impact of the potential growth for members, and then the hold of tokens, staking of new lens in the DAO T version. All right, we're handing over to you, Coach Leon.
Hey, thank you, there. Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, you guys did awesome in sharing what y'all share. It was good information. In terms of the DAUTI token, the DAUTI token is now representing the unit value of the platform, of the Diversal ecosystem, the governing token. So basically, that's saying that it means that the token now carry the value. Like in terms of before we was using our network, when we sponsor somebody, sign up somebody, that would increase your value as an individual. Now your value increase as an individual depends on how much DAUTI tokens you have. That's what's going to increase the value. The DAUTI tokens will be coming from the process of subscription to the lands. The subscription to the land is going to be in unit value, be in DAUTI value. It's not going to be in liquidity value. So the numbers you see on the platform may look smaller than the liquidity value. Right now, when we subscribe to the planet, the lands them, we get in DU and RC. But those are 1-to-1 to USD to liquidity value, which is the USDT. It's 1-to-1 to it. The DAUTI token is not 1-to-1. It's basically varies based on the price on the exchange. The DAUTI token is an NFT, and the NFT changes value based on the demand on the token. Demand change the value. At right now, as Kevin showed, it could be between $5 and $6 for one DAUTI right now, somewhere between there. So just like also Deborah said, if the token is the unit token for Ironland is 500 DAUTI token, that liquidity value could change based on the value of the token. If the token is $5, then it become basically 5 times 5 will be $2,500 for that land. So also Jonas just keep saying also the land going to increase in value because the value of the land is based on the unit of the DAUTI that changes when the price and demand changes. So a lot of individuals is seeing it and saying that, okay, things changing and look like we get smaller amount of stuff. But in reality, when you understand what's really is going on, that the reward is growing. You get a better reward for what you're doing. And so some people will be also with less effort because a lot of us could have been trying to build a network and it wasn't going anywhere personally for what you're doing. In this stage we're doing now with the DAUTI and the DAUTI being you carrying the value for your network, if you could have more DAUTI tokens, then you could also increase your network because you increase your return and the value of your asset by increasing the number of DAUTIs that you have. So to do that, hold it would be a good idea to hold it so it could grow in value. But everybody have different needs and different desire. Some of us seeing Diversal as a place where we could build assets, we could store for our future for long term. Some of us long term is lunchtime. Make sure we could eat some food. Maybe we could pay our bills. So we all have different demands in our lives. So based on those demands on your life individually, you're going to make your decision how would you use Diversal and how everything is being done for you. There's no right or wrong in that. The goal is your desire, what you want. That's why you're doing it. You're not doing it for Coach, you're not doing it for Kevin, you're not doing it for Deborah. You're doing it for you. So you got to know what you want, where you are, and educate yourself so you can stabilize your mind. Because we're going in this place now that things are going to be moving up and down. The number on the platform, on the exchange, is not the value of Diversal. It's the value of the individual that decide to sell the token. It has nothing to do with Diversal. And if you do not understand that, when you think the price goes up and down, you think it's, oh, Diversal is going bad or something's going Diversal. It has nothing to do with it. Because if Kevin went in there and he show you trade, you'll see sometimes half of a token is being sold, but they're still going to reflect on the platform as a big process. Maybe just half of somebody just decided to sell half of a token, or they sell one DAO-T token, and they didn't wait for a proper price that you desire. So you got to remember, the price do not reflect what Diversal is. It reflects the desire of that individual, that moment in time, what they are doing. And okay, so when you understand that, they may even stabilize your emotional state a little bit, if you grasp what I'm saying there. So the difference in terms of the token as carrying value system, I like to use Bitcoin as a mirror to it, because it's the same thing like Bitcoin. The coin carry the value. Bitcoin carry the value of the goal of the globe. The token carry the value of Diversal. That's the difference in the way I see it. So the same thing like Bitcoin. 15 years ago, it was maybe $1 for one, penny for one. Now it's $66,000 for one. So there's value and there's space for that growth. All the stuff that demand on the platform is about to come out. You have my space, my land, my home. You have my plan. You have these different things about to release. These individual products are going to create demand on the DAO-T token. There's not a lot of the token in society, in the circulation. So as we do things, that demand goes down, so the price goes up. And that will increase the value of the DAO-T token. So we understand that. Every time somebody decides to subscribe to a land, they're removing DAO-T from circulation. When they decide to buy an NFT, a furniture for the MySpace, or they try to do something in there, they're also using DAO-T, because that's the demand on the token. That's why it's a utility token. There's a purpose for it. It's not a mean token where anybody could just, it have no other value but fame and fortune. But utility token means it's a purpose for it, and as the purpose being used, it increases the value as time goes. So that's about what I have on here. If anybody any question that could answer. Back to you, Deborah.
All right, thank you so much for covering that, Coach Leon. Thank you. All right, I'm just quickly adding something pertaining what you explained just now. All right, so the potential growth of members, we had what we can elaborate with is individual effort versus the previous structure of network. So in this example, in the overview, so the members actually blend with what is being addressed. So in this sense, on the previous network structure, you would get an upline who had 500 team volume. So this upline has 500 downlines in their team, but 50 are active with land products, and they are probably doing multiple lands on their structure. But then the other 450 downlines are passive and strictly on their TFA. Now, what does that mean in the new transition? Now, it means a member can do their own structure whereby they could possibly be doing more of what the 450 could have done using the DAO-T. But the magic in this case is on the DAO-T fluctuation. So they are even simplifying things for us in a better way. So the 450 people would have had a much engagement in order to comply with the productivity as an active member. And the upline would have had waited longer for these people to fall in balance with the productivity in an active structure. But the upliner in the new version of the transition is not actually limited to this structure of the network. They can, with individual efforts, blend with what is being presented and forming a structure that is even benefiting them way more then the capacity of what they have in their pending balance. So the DAO T as the engine is actually simplifying things for members in a better overview, in a much better overview. So that is what I wanted to quickly align in terms of what Coach Leon was addressing. Okay, so for now, we will be moving to the questions. As I did say, we will open up questions for the members. And members can also ask what they need clarities with in terms of what was covered.
Yeah,
in
Deborah,
this community.
Deborah, if you want to start your webcam, I can spotlight me, you and Leon on the... That's
All
it.
right, I'm back. I'm back. I'm definitely back.
Okay, let's spotlight me, you and Coach. Okay. Okay, so we've got Mary with a hand up. Mary, I've asked you to unmute. Would you like to unmute and ask your
Yes.
question, Mary?
Yes, hi everyone. Thank you for this presentation. So my question is, now the present value of the DOT is like $5. So if you want to buy the land that costs $500, you're looking at 2,500 USDT, right?
Yep,
Okay.
correct.
Okay. Now, is the return on the land gonna be the same thing as we have right now, or how does it work? What is the return rate?
Right. At this time, what we hear right now, the return is going to be 30% of the tokens, not of
Okay.
the cost you're paying. So if you got, let's say it's $100, 100 tokens
Mhm.
you get in. So at the end of the year, or if you do it open or close, you end up with 130 tokens. But 130 tokens, when you bought it, could be $5 or it could be $1 when you buy it now. But down in a year later, that could be $10. So the 130 now become $1,300, not, see, the 130 become $1,300 instead of just whatever you pay for it, instead of being $13. Most people thinking it's going to be, okay, $130 I get. See what I'm saying? But it's not going to be that. It's going to be based on the value of the token, which is the liquidity value, which it could be $113, $1,300, because we made $10 per token.
Okay, so if we buy the land, so we essentially we buy the token. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes, correct. You got to buy the
Okay,
token.
so we buy the token and it will be releasing to us every month.
Every
And
month
it's up
at
to us.
0.30 for the open ones, yeah.
Ah, okay. Okay, so this is how it's gonna be working way forward.
Yes, but
right?
we're waiting for right now. We're still waiting for direct confirmation from Jonah to give us that direct information. Right now,
Oh,
I'm
is
just
that-
giving
oh,
information
is
being speculated out there right now. No direct number, but that's what I'm
Okay.
seeing right now. That is going to be either daily release, because I still want a click. So I think the daily release requires the clicking process, and then you have
Awesome.
see what I'm saying? So that makes the reasons to have the open one for that purpose, and then you get the annual. Because if we give you an annual one, there's no reason for me to go to the website. So the traffic gonna drop. See what I'm saying? So that don't make nothing for the whole year. I don't have to go there because to wait till the year to get it. So that makes sense to me to have the daily one, so you get engagement with traffic, which is where they need to do what they're doing. Yeah.
Wow, if that's the case, that would be awesome. If
It
our
is, yes.
profit daily
That's why
would
I'm
be
so excited.
DOT, ooh, that is a game changer. That is a game changer right there. Oh my
Yeah, it
God.
is. Yes.
Woo.
We are
Thank
the
you, guys.
pioneers.
Thank you. I
Yeah,
pray.
Robert.
We've got somebody that's so excited. I'm glad to see somebody so excited. It
Oh
is
yeah,
exciting
because
and very
if you understand this, then you will be excited.
Yes.
It is. It's the understanding of the system. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once we get to understand how it works, everybody will be excited. Sure.
Yeah. I'm glad I stayed through the end of this presentation. Now
Excellent.
I'm more energized guys, I'm buying my 50,000 from TFA
TFA.
tomorrow. Yes. I
Okay.
just completed my 5,000 today.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
This waiting time is very well worth waiting.
Yes, 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 yes. Patient, 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 patient. Yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Okay,
No
no problem. And thank you for your question, Mary. That's brilliant. Okay, then. So now
Yeah,
we've,
what-
let me think. We've got Robert Peltzer. Let's unmute Robert. It's great to have you on board this evening, Robert. What can we do for you, sir?
Yeah, good evening all together. So
Good
first
evening.
of all, I have a real big thank you for all of you on this presentation today, and of course the previous one as well. But today is really, really empowering, and very excited about what's coming. Actually, I have two quick questions. Number one is, previously it was announced that there might be changes to the TFA program itself. Is there any news about that?
Not so far.
Not
So
far.
far,
Nothing
Neil
at
didn't
the
bring up nothing with that yet. So no news on the changes yet. So everything's because there's no news right now, everything's gonna stay as is until information comes out. So that's the best news, that it's staying as it is. It's not changing. So that's a good news.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah,
No,
so
no change is good news.
exactly, exactly. Then the second question is actually around a land purchase and DAO-T. So do we need really to buy fresh DAO-Ts, or can we exchange our DURC into DAO-T and then utilize it for buying land?
Correct. Okay, that's a good question. The way that is going to be the ones we have this all the DAO-T we have RC and DU we have on the platform, those going to be able to use them to buy DAO-T on the platform, because Jonas waiting for basically to see how these tokens going to fluctuate and what it's going to be. Then he come with a number and he draw a line in the sand. Okay, so this is how much we're going to use. But that number going to be fluctuating, not going to be a fixed number. And you could take your RC and your DU and your RC and your RC and DU and convert it with DAO-T based on that ratio on the platform, like we were doing RC to DU. But the ratio is not going to be 1-to-1. It may be based on what it is. It can't say, and I said it's still going to be the value of the dollar. It's going to be, because we say if the DAO-T right now is $5, it can't give you $1 1 RC for a DAO-T, because it would. So it makes no sense doing that, because right now it's $5 for one.
Yeah, no, that's clear. No, the thing is, we can use our reward which we got for purchasing land. So there is no need to invest fresh money in USDT or anything to buy DAO-T and then buy land.
Correct.
No, that's great. Yeah,
you could use your resources to do that. Go ahead, Kevin. You go ahead.
Yeah, the previous process was, you could take from your deposit account
rewards
account.
And then,
So that fundamental principle, let's say, will stay.
Yeah, those gonna stay. We converting the RC to the, instead of the RC and DU to RC to DU to purchase a land. Now we convert the RC and the DU to DAO-T and then subscribe to the land.
Yeah. So
or we could withdraw it from the platform.
Okay, so it's not the one-to-one relation, it's then the market price which is taken into account.
Which is the price of the volume.
Okay.
You got it.
Good.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
That's right. Well, Robert, let me let you into an observation that we saw this afternoon, where there was actually a ghost in the house. Deborah and Leon know that what we're talking about. Basically, what happened, we was in the back office earlier on, and you know the internal exchange where we normally swap DU for RC. We actually spotted the DAO-T icon in the exchange, so we're looking at that's probably where we're going to be exchanging it on the inside on the platform. So your question, we can presume, is correct. So we'll be swapping it on platform and we should be able to use it on the platform to purchase our land there. So yes, we had a ghost in the house. We could see the icon, but it's disappeared again.
Yeah, I noticed as well many little things where
Yeah.
screens, which is currently changing. So I think they are very busy at the
Back office.
Absolutely.
whole
And
system.
I've got to say, I'm extremely excited at how they're rolling things out now that Doughty is listed. It's a good step forward. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I share what I found out as well. So I'm usually working on the Chrome extension, and on the Doughty screen, which you showed before, exactly, I see the same. But previously, we had as well our address, which we could edit. You
Okay.
remember? Like what I found out, when you go on the iPhone, on the app,
Right.
you see that little smiley, Doughty smiley, and then you come to the previous page, where you still see your wallet address.
Okay.
We had to fill in. But what I understand now, what you presented, all probably that is obsolete now. Yeah.
I think they're going to simplify it. It would make sense for them to simplify it, because members do get rather confused as what goes in that, back office. They've offered us the Phantom, the Soulflare, now the BitGet, and I've got to admit, a lot of members are so confused about it. So now it appears as though they've taken that out the way and just said, look, you can choose your own, which makes complete sense to me.
Yeah, to me as well. So I really like when things get changed to be more simplistic. Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes you don't want it all in one place. You might want it somewhere else. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Okay,
great.
Robert.
Notice one add to that. The Doughty token is made on a new software, a new technology.
Yeah.
So that's one of the problem that we're having with it. Not a problem, but a delay we have with it. Because a lot of the companies them have to upload their platform with it. Even like Token Pocket is not upgraded to the new token. Even BitGet, they wasn't upgraded. They created delay in the first place. They had to upgrade the system to add the new token, the SPL token 20 token. They didn't have it on the platform. So that add that to the platform for before, as you can't see the token. Because the NFT wouldn't show without those things. So the upgraded platform, now they could work. So Soul have it, Phantom have it, that it automatically show and it do everything.
Yeah.
Till at this time on BitGet, you may not see the value of the token in it. You see the token, but you're not seeing the value of it on the platform, which you have and things like that.
Yeah.
So they still have to upgrade the system to everything to sync properly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much. So
No problem.
anyone who's next, please.
Okay, Robert,
All right,
it's been a pleasure. Thank you for your question.
Yeah,
just before Robert goes away, General Kev, just before Robert goes away, I just want to add something regarding his query regarding the TFA. All right.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So there is a separation now with the development of the Doughty, the new transition, MySpace, My Home, My World, and all of that. So they've done a separation where NEO, the incubator, has fully taken the management capacity of the TFA roadmap. And Jonah and the rest of the executives are focusing on the new transition, as there's so much that needs to be actually executed on that. And they are very much behind on their metaverse schedule. So that was the separation. And then with the amounts that were already moved from the hyper community moving to the vessel accounts. So NEO is also, it's not a complete change as such on the TFA, but it's an adjustment, and they are adding more products together with the TFA. But NEO is busy with that category, and once he is finalized, he will then reveal to Jonah and the team, and then the team will unpack what NEO has set as adjustments on the TFA roadmap.
Okay. Great, that makes sense. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Great.
Mhm.
Good to see you as well, Robert. Thank you for your questions, sir. Thank you. Okay, now can we address this one? I think Deborah's done it in the chat room, but I'll do it for the benefit of the viewers on the video. What about the issue of changing upliners? We have completed the Google form long ago. Now, Leon, would you like to go through this? Because does it really matter about upliners and downliners now that we're transitioning into the next stage of development? Over to you, Leon.
Yeah, it's still have an impact. It's not as a big of an impact since we're moving the generative rewards and the marketing rewards, and those things are being removed from supporting the TFA. With that being removed, it's not such a huge impact on the platform. But the thing is, everybody invests their time to do it. So Joan and them still want to have some impact with it, something that it do something, even if it's a small token of reward for it, having it and so forth, the ranking process. They still want to have it in there because it have benefits. So they're still going to try to work and make sure the structure organized the way people require them to want it to be. So they're still going to do it, but it's not going to be a big impact like before with the generative rewards and the marketing rewards. But it's still going to be something coming from it. Yeah,
that's right, because they're phasing the generative and the market rewards
Yeah.
out. And okay, thanks for that, Leon. Okay, Audley's put, how many platforms is the DAO-T listed on? Well, obviously there's the BitGet exchange, and at the moment, I don't think there's any others, but they are in talks with one specifically for the UK and USA. Deborah, can you add anything to that? I don't think there is anything other than that, is there, at the moment?
Sorry. So there's only one moment, there's only one which is officially listed on the BitGet. They will still introduce more other exchanges, but currently we have an official one as the BitGet.
The other thing that we're having right now is the pool, because so far BitGet has launched a pool of Bitcoin to DAO-T, where basically you could basically stake Bitcoin and receive DAO-T, which that would be part of between a pool, which is Pool X by BitGet. So that's one of the stuff they're doing right now. So there will be more like pools, so we could do the swapping process. So who can exchange, they could do swapping. So that's one would be the other protocol coming up next week too.
Okay. And I've got to stress, guys, you know, everything will be announced officially, at which point we'll try and disseminate that information with you as soon as we get it. Okay. Okay. Edeline has said, today I found the DAO-T in the Binance and appears DAO-T BTC BRC20. I don't understand. That is not the correct DAO-T. That is not.
First, we gotta conform to the right contract.
Yeah.
As a wrap it, make sure they're doing what as a wrap. It could be.
Check the smart contract details. It ends in KE, capital KE. Yes. I've got that stuck in my head, and I just have a quick look at that. But certainly not on the BRC20. No, not at all. So that is not the DAO-T. There's another one going about. I did do a video on fake DAO-T tokens. There is another one about, guys. So just be vigilant and, you know, be aware that there is other DAO-T tokens are about that are nothing to do with DAOversal. Okay, Maria has put, are there any options available for small accounts? There are some who have 1,950 DC, for example, which is not enough for a 2,000 TFA pack. Over to you guys.
Well, give that to us, Kevin.
I'm checking Telegram because I got people on Telegram asking questions.
At this time, I have no idea. No idea about that one. We keep saying that the people that will do some smaller ones, but Neil
good at explaining no idea though, Leon.
Neil do want the program to continue, and he sees a lot of benefits and other aspect of it, because Neil's incubator. The meaning other companies, other projects. There's many things that you could be done with the TFA. There's so many things that we could use those clicks. Because every time you go in there and charge and thing, it's considered as a click that could be used to add value to the process, add value to other projects. So Neil's still working on it, and I know you're gonna find the best way. And if you know, and that's a priority we from since the get-go. We keep bringing up that we people smaller package, smaller numbers, and if that's doable, I guess they will do it. But I can't say yes or no, because if it's doable, they will do it. That's what they're doing right now. Yep.
All right, let me add for Maria also. You know, with Neo, we must never ever underestimate him.
Right.
What he's coming with will shock people.
Yeah.
Just like how people are getting shocked with the new transition of the DAO T. So what Neo is busy crafting one side, it's of exceptional expertise, you know, with him as the incubator of the project. So it's definitely adding something also in consideration of people that have been, you know, on a longer waiting period. Those people are now having to catch up more faster. So they are doing something for those people. We're not sure in specific with the products that is adding on, but that will also feature people that have actually missed out the time frame as compared to the DAO vessel actually going live last year in August. So those people haven't started any TFAs. And then Neo is also considering that they lost a period of time frame not being productive in the system. Whereas if they started and they had the smaller packs, they would have been far by now. So on that adjustment of the time frame, they will accommodate something that will actually move those people who are behind slightly much more in, you know, in par with where people are with the new transition and the new adjustments of the TFA.
Yeah, and I think, to be fair, I think that's answered the last question in the chat box as well. I would like to find out if there's a plan in place regarding the remaining HPT rewards that were left behind in Hyper Community. Well, HPT is not available anymore. That's dead and buried. But as Deborah explained, there are plans in the future. And I fully agree with what Deborah's sentiment is there. Neo is an extremely clever and wise gentleman that's got a lot of great ideas up his sleeve, so to speak. Fantastic gentleman indeed. Can I just add regarding safety and security of the platforms as well? It has come to our attention that there are many cloners on Telegram and Discord trying to dupe members into pretending that they're moderators, admin, pretending that they're there to assist people in this transition of networks or tokens. Beware, guys, please, because there's been so many reports of people getting conned, you know, losing hundreds of dollars worth of USDT, you know, from the IDO that wanted a little bit of assistance. Because they got frustrated, they just went to that person that was willing to help them just to find out that they were, you know, scammers. So please beware out there. There's a lot of scammers out there. Admin and moderators generally don't go to DM unless they say so first in the public you know, groups. Okay, so don't just fall for anything or anyone. And you shouldn't be given any keywords, you know, your 12 keywords for your MetaMask or any of your wallets. Please don't give them out to anybody. It's not necessary. Even if you're working with the tech team direct, they wouldn't need information like that. So please be aware. Okay, over to you, Deborah.
All right, okay. I've got 3 members who actually were asking questions on Friday. That was yesterday. Yeah, I covered a session yesterday, and due to the limited time, I couldn't answer. Well, not yesterday, sorry, not yesterday. It was a Saturday yesterday. It wasn't yesterday, it was a Friday. All right. So I covered the session
on metaverse time now.
All right, and then these 3 people, we ran out of time, so I'm just checking if they are here. Tulani Sibanda and Mrs. Williams, and then Helena. Okay, if they are here tonight, they can please come on stage and we can just address what they wanted to inquire on Friday, please. Tulani Sibanda, Mrs. Williams, and Helena. All right. If they are here, they can raise the hand and we'll Spotify them and they can address what they wanted to address. Otherwise, if they are not here, we can always grab them on Telegram and just, align with what they wanted
Ms.
to
Williams
address.
here.
Here's one.
Oh,
we've got-
Mrs. Williams is here. Hello, Mrs. Williams.
If Mrs. Williams got a video and she can start it, we can spotlight her then.
Oh, there she is.
Hello, hi everyone.
Hello, Mrs. Williams.
How are you?
We keeping well, thank you.
Good,
Okay, then.
thanks. Actually, okay, shush, please. Oh my.
Hello.
Hello.
We're now in the metaverse.
Oh my goodness, this guy is bothering me. Okay. My question was actually, you know what happened? I actually spoke to Deborah about this problem. I had actually sent a fresh USDT into my account around early February. And then I kept it there because I wanted to raise money to be able to buy bronze land. And then when the governance started, that was like probably a month and a half after I'd already put my fresh USDT. And then when the governance started, I also subscribed and then I bought the LT, but I didn't buy a lot. And then maybe 3 weeks later, I realized, okay, my USDT is gone. So then I check again, I realized, okay, they took rewards and then RC and they changed it into Doughty. But then I wondered, okay, what's going on with my fresh USDT? Which is the question I actually asked in the group in the vessel on Telegram. And I didn't really get an answer. So I was busy trying to check in my account for some time until I figured out that actually some of my fresh USDT has been changed into Doughty. So I wanted to ask, why was it changed into Doughty? Whereas I didn't really withdraw around that time. There's no way they could say they frozen my transaction and then changed it into Doughty, because it was a fresh USDT that was just sitting there waiting for me to add to buy land. So that's what I've been trying to figure out. Are they going to send it back into change back into USDT so I can use it? Or now I have to wait for them to
I think that
send
was
it into-
covered. I think that was part of the voting, wasn't it? And the voting was passed as
Yeah.
a yes, where
Yeah.
everything in the back office, including
Deposit.
deposit USDT, was swapped into Doughty. Am I correct there, Leon? I think that was.
Yeah, it depends on the time after the voting, everything you had in the account, any rewards and any deposit and so on in your account, in your rewards, the deposit, and so forth was converted into Doughty. So the Doughty now you could convert it into USDT. So at the time, the good news is the Doughty at the time it would have cost you $2. So now it's worth
Yes.
$5 as of today. So it makes you have more money now to do what you want to do because of it. The only difference is that you're not getting all of it one time. You're getting it over 2 years process.
Yeah, that's what, oh my goodness. You know what? I've checked before I actually subscribed. I didn't really see that part where it says your fresh USDT is going to be swapped into
It
Doughty.
wasn't told to us. It wasn't told to us in advance. So that's one of the dilemmas. So I understand the frustration in that part of it. It wasn't told us in advance that it was going to do that. But so when it did it, it was in a situation where everybody that's accessing the platform, it took from everywhere it had to reach a number.
Okay, I understand that part. My only problem is now, remember, some of us, we work to actually sustain our accounts. So now I was working towards getting a bronze land so I can get an RC. So now I have to wait. What? I have to wait for
No, not
2
every year, every month they're gonna be releasing a certain percentage of it towards you every month. But as every month it goes up, the value of that money put in the platform is going to be becoming larger. So like you have a CD, and this CD is growing.
Okay.
I understand your original focus was to do the bronze land. In the meantime, that money is still increasing for you at this moment in time. That's the caviar and I could put on it, the best I could do. But in terms of what happened, that they did take all the resources that was in those accounts and convert it into Doughty for the pre-launch process to create the security aspect of it. They did do that. So the only thing you have right now that we have on the forward motion is the release rate that they're releasing to you and the fact that the Doughty is growing. So therefore your money is growing. Yep. So that's the thing. And as you get it released back to you, you can convert that into Doughty and subscribe to the land from there. So your process, this process is still available. It's just a little delay for now. So you still have your goal ahead of you. It's just delay. That's all it is.
Okay, because that was my frustration. Now that I'm being delayed,
it's not lost.
I didn't understand because I'm watching time. Because I know this thing. You're working with time, you know, and yo, gosh.
And time's on yours right now. Right now, time is on your side. Because as time goes by, right now, it gets better for you. Because you get more, the token is growing. So all the money, everything was, if you had $100 on the platform, right now it's worth $500. In other words.
Okay.
Because the Doughty now is $500. So it keeps increasing the Doughties you have in your back office. Okay?
Okay.
And I think
thank you.
I think what I'd like to add to that is now we're at the position where we need to try and focus more than what we've been able to over the last few months. Yeah. Now that Dalversal are moving forward in a very positive manner, what we're going to be doing is releasing small tutorials, calls like this, where members can understand better. It's been a very confusing 2 months, I've got to admit, yeah. But now we're getting to the point where we'll be able to unravel all that confusion and make it a lot more understandable for people like yourself that are working. You've got distractions like children. We do understand that. So we're going to try and help make that a better process for you, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
It's not easy, is it?
Thank you, Debbie. Thank you.
All right, just another elaboration for you quickly. I like, the way you're aligning it and saying you first had frustrations when you realized it because you didn't understand what actually happened. But on more elaboration, like Coach Leon was saying, I'm just making it specific. Let's say you're referring to $60 that actually went towards the ROT. And you looking at it now as a delay in what you were actually planning to do. Now you must remember, you want to buy a minimum bronze. Minimum bronze would have been at 3x. All right.
Yeah.
That minimum bronze would have been 3x. We're going to combine it with another amount on the system that you already. And you were
I was gonna add another amount actually. Because I checked in an
Were you adding on a stone or were you adding on a bronze?
Yes, remember I put the amount that I had in the account, telling myself that okay, I'm gonna add another amount onto that USDT so that it's a complete amount to buy bronze. You see?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but either way, if you had a bronze, it would have been 3x. But now you ended up doing the bronze because of the allocation, the automatic allocation of your deposit to Doughty. So now with the instead of Doughty and the holding that we are in the capacity of in terms of our pre-sale subscription, we are positioning the value of the Dow T. So which means if you look at it in a broader overview, that amount that was allocated for the automatic Dow T giving you
Yes.
returns. And those returns are even more valuable than the 3x. More valuable than the
Yes.
3x value of
Okay.
the T.
Yes.
Also, if you had the bronze, you wouldn't have completed the bronze in a month or 2 months or 3 months. It would have probably taken you another 6 months to complete a 3x return in the bronze. Now,
Yeah.
within that 6 months range on the Dow T, you would have received or achieved far much better than the actual 3x on the current
Okay.
marketing plan that we are phasing off.
Oh, okay.
That's
Okay.
another
I understand.
overview, that I wanted you to see as well.
Yes, because I was worried. I thought maybe it's costing me twice or 3 times now. That's why I was a bit frustrated.
All right.
No, I understand. Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
Dee.
much, guys.
Okay.
Okay. Bless. We understand when members have the hands full with families and whatever. That's
Yep.
quite difficult. Okay, comment in the chat room. I want to just briefly comment on no solution for small accounts. Please find a solution or let us withdraw our small money. It's sitting there and Dalversal is collecting the interest. Come on. Like I say, guys, all I can say is we are not Dalversal. We are, we're actively campaigning for you guys as well. We're trying to get these small packages as well. And we've got to say it one step at a time. Dalversal can only do one step at a time. Okay, so just to clarify, we don't work for Dalversal. We're just members like yourself. We wish we could wave a magic wand. It's not quite that easy. Edeline has put, we are investing in Dalversal, but we don't receive Dow T in the community. It's no sense. Well, this is the rollout. This is what's happening. This is what we're talking about. Okay, the RC and the DU will be exchanged for Dow T in the back office, or RC exchange for Dow T. We don't know yet, but it's all being rolled out as we speak, so to say. So yes, we understand that you are looking at it from that perspective, but we're in that transition now. Do you two guys want to add anything to that before we move on?
Kevin did an awesome job.
Excellent. Lovely smile there, Leon. Okay, Maria's put, there are usually 3 female angels at Charlie's Angels. I remember that. For me, you 3 are the angels of Dalversal. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Well, thank you very much. That's very much appreciated. It's nice to get words back for the group like that. Sergeant Deborah, General Kev, Coach Leon, you're wonderful. God bless you. Thanks also for the participants. Good questions and answers. Guys, this is what makes these calls because without you, there'd be no point in us doing these calls, okay? So it is a two-way road. We love doing it, and we're sure you love us doing it as well. So, yeah, over to Deborah, who's done a fantastic job hosting this evening's call. I think we've done extremely well. 2 hours. I did estimated 2 hours as well. So, yes, it's been a big one tonight. Over to you, Deborah. You've done a great job.
Yeah, I can't believe it actually dragged to 2 hours. Yeah, so there was quite a lot to be shared. And the members are also getting an opportunity, to express, their concerns, also express their anxieties as well. But anxiety, not in a negative way, anxiety in terms of adapting to the information that's given.
It's important to
actually
anxieties. That's right.
Yes.
If done in the right way, we can offer the answer. We can offer a sensible answer. I've heard so many members being banned from groups for voicing their opinion. That shouldn't happen. We don't agree with doing that. We get that. We get people ranting and raving, and we'd rather just say, look at it from a calm point of view. look at the facts and figures of what we're ignoring. Because often when we look behind us of where we've been, what we're looking at, what's coming in front of us, it all makes sense then. It's only a lack of information or mixed information that usually creates the anger and the distress. So yes, we do understand this, guys. So don't worry about coming on here and asking these questions. We fully understand. Yeah. Yeah.
So we all learn, we all learn faster if we ask questions. Questions are normal. That is also opening our mindset as well. And then learning to chew the information, learning to analyze, learning to see different perspective, learning to analyze what we are thinking of in terms of what is presented to us.
And one thing, brief thing I'll add before we close up for the night is how many members in this group tonight? Are we still around 100? We're at 90, yeah? How many guys want the Dow tea to increase in price? How many members know how to do that? Now, that's the big question, guys, yeah? How many members knows how to do that? I'm going to tell you, yeah? Everybody does, maybe don't realize how, though. What you're doing tonight, guys, is how you will raise the Dow tea, working as a community, helping each other move forward, understand what's happening so that everybody wins. This is what we're looking for. And our next step, when they open MySpace, guys, this is going to be phenomenal because we'll be able to take it above and beyond what any of us understand so far. Okay. So working as a global community, you've got Coach Lee on there, you've got Sergeant Deborah, you've got some fantastic Bureau HQ members. We've got Private J in the moderating in the chat box. I'll put my teeth in. And at the end of the day, guys, we're here to assist. We're here to help you. We're here to move forward and get the best out of this platform. When we got introduced to Dowversal, we're visionaries. We could see that this is what we need, but it's taken work, patience, and understanding to do so. And I feel extremely honored, not only to have Bureau members like we have, but to have members like you that put away your Sunday evening to take the time and come and learn too. On that note, I'll pass it back to Deborah and we'll call the meeting to an end. Okay. I've enjoyed it.
All right. Thank you, General Kev. And on the positive note, the schedule of the Zoom meetings, there's going to be more. They're scheduled to community members because there's a lot to be covered. And there's also a lot on a training perspective regarding the platform exchanges that we're going to be using. And we would also remember that on the previous projects, even though we were using the exchange platforms, we have community members that haven't actually performed a withdrawal on the previous platforms. But not entirely that they didn't have any amount to withdraw. Some preferred, to keep doing the rebuys, and they never actually got the chance to work closely or be practical to grow their fluency on the exchange platform. So those members are actually needing more support because they're going to be introduced for the first time on the exchange platforms. They've been on the project, but they haven't actually worked on moving the amounts as in on the exchange platform, having to exchange to a USDT. Probably also people had their exchange platforms where they were exchanging their fiat currencies, but then they can't remember how it works anymore. Yeah, so those tutorials will be also provided for the people so that they can blend in with confidence. And it's going to be a longer drive with withdrawals. We're not doing just withdrawals as in once in 3 months. Withdrawals are going to be frequent on the system, in the ecosystem. So the more people accommodate the time to learn, they're actually growing the confidence to be independent, working on the exchange platforms.
Yep.
All right, I'm just checking if Coach Leon has the final word or just the closing goodbye.
All I could say at this time is best to stay sovereign. That means you have to learn, because only you could catalog what you need to do and understand, and that's how you succeed, by increasing your learning. And that's all I have. Keep learning.
Thank you so much. So it's not the end of it, but it's the beginning of the transition, and with more broader perspective on what we are excited of. And we are learning along the journey. And the company, what I like, the company is actually giving us something called a prestige upgrade. That is what I call it. It's a business prestige upgrade.
Also,
So definitely no loss involved. There's no loss involved. So we are channeling in a better perspective. We just have to blend with the change and adapt accordingly. And I would like to thank everybody that attended tonight. It was a very, very enlightening session. And also, I like the fact that the members were given more time to actually participate and be engaging on this Zoom session, because we should be treating each other as, family, blending together in unity and supporting one another. Our fluency, our experiences are not the same. Our, expertise are also not the same, but we are grooming each other and we are supporting each other and we are wanting people to achieve their goals in the ecosystem as well. So thank you so much for everyone that participated. And I also enjoyed the session tonight. And we are definitely going to have more of the sessions. Okay, we will update the community on our Telegram groups regarding the new schedule, but we're just all going to be concentrating on the announcement and the schedule that our vessel has in store for us for the new week. And then from June, we should have, June the first week, we should have an updated lineup of schedule for the Zoom sessions that we are going to have hosting for the community. So thank you so much, everyone, for participating tonight.
Can I just give a shout out for Coach Lux as well for giving us our the Zoom channel for using as well. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Coach.
Salute, Coach Lux. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you, Deborah. And good night, everyone. Really enjoyed it.
All right. Good night.